there. I found confidence there. I found people whom I could look up to. This place, if I was standing here today, I'm standing here just like so many people said, is only because of Kesar. I've had a wonderful time here. I stopped coming to the club in '84 when I moved out of Hyderabad. And then sometime in 2001, I'd come back to Hyderabad. I was working in Indian School of Business. And then there's a gentleman called JK who comes down to my room and says, I heard that you were a president of the Kesar. I said, yes. And if you know that I was the youngest ever president of Kesar. Okay. He said, you should come down. It's a place that continues to be interesting. So I came down. Fridays I used to come down, spend some time there, and then go back home. In 2003 or 4, there's a gentleman called Raju whom somebody mentioned, who stood up there and said, where's K Circle going? I thought it was going well. But I was just waiting to hear from what he wanted to say. And what he told us then was that we haven't done a quiz for about 5 to 6 years. There's no new blood coming into the organization. And it was high time that we do something about it. I was new, nobody knew me then. It was a 20-year hiatus. It was more like Rip and Winkle coming back. And at that point, I kind of thought about what this club did for me. It did be asked to take responsibility for what was a wonderful institution then. It was a life-changing moment. I said, all these were it made so much difference to you, so what is it that you would do back to the club? So that's when I sat back, I said, okay, let me try and do something to at least organize these quizzes. So 2004, nobody knew me. So I went to Uday and I told him, Uday, can you call all the people who are currently active in the club to your house? I'll come down. Right. So I went to Uday's house, there were all these youngsters over there and I told them, let's plan a quiz. Tell me what it will cost. So they said it will cost you about 1 lakh. I said, don't worry about the money, I'll organize the money. Please go ahead. They were very, very surprised. All of them were looking at me as, here's this character who comes out of the blue and tells us that you can do this. Typical cynical K Circle look at the game. So I said, okay, let's continue, let's try this out. So we did a school quiz and a college quiz. We did that for 3 continuous years. I was by then into my 40s. So I said, okay, 3 years, things have been working well, we've been having these wonderful quizzes. So high time I move on. So I stopped going to the club. I used to hear off and on that the club was running, it was going okay. And then one fine day when I'm coming back home from office, Uday calls me. And he says, when are you writing the obituary of the club? And what happened with it? He said, today, Friday evening, there are only 2 people in the club. It's me and the quiz master. So I said, now this is something that requires a serious amount of thought. So went back, we sat down, there were a big group around us, Bhargava there, Srini there, a lot of us who had the best of K Circle at heart. We sat down and we decided that we must do something about changing things. For one, Friday was not working. So we needed to change. And then we said, let's go back to YMCA. I had a classmate of mine who was in the secretarial position then. So I went back and asked him, what is it that we can do? We had to go out of Friday. So I asked for Sunday. So Sunday is the YMCA school with churches. So we'll have Saturday, you have 4:30. I said, okay, we'll take it. That's when we moved to Saturday. I got a lot of flack from a lot of people who held on to the tradition of meeting on a Friday evening. Decided that every institution will go through some hell. But my feeling was that this institution has still a lot more to offer to its members. So I should give it a shot. It gave me so much in my life, I should give it a shot. That's when we moved to Saturday. What I would do is at my age, people would never refuse to give me their numbers. So I would call them up every Saturday afternoon. Starting from about 2 o'clock till about 4 o'clock, I would keep calling people, telling them, today's the quiz, you come. I used to have numbers of some of these youngsters because they never used to carry mobiles. So there is Raghutam, he's left. So his father used to give me a earful if I would call him. But I would persist. So we used to keep calling people, keep ensuring that the club runs. And that's how this movement started again. We started doing quizzes again. We obviously didn't, we had HPS supporting us for the school's quiz. We started getting youngsters in. And the club started reviving then. COVID hit. Then we had a wonderful team. Where is Nikhil? Nikhil's around? Somak is there? Somak is there. Where's Somak? Oh, I must be busy with the class around. So all three of them just took the responsibility of doing this online. So I didn't know about Zoom then. So they said there's something called Zoom on which we could do these meetings. So they said it'll cost you $1,400 a month. I said, that's my responsibility. I'll buy that subscription. Let's go ahead. So we kept going online, and then sometime along the line we decided that it's high time we start getting back to physical meetings. We did a lot of physical meetings after that in various places. Then thanks to Dr. Naresh, we got a permanent location. We're back at Columbus now. Things are working very well. It was wonderful to think about. We thought we should do something about the 50th year. And thanks to Prasanna and his team, they put this entire thought together. We've organized what has been a very wonderful evening. It was great to hear people whom I look up to, like Gopal who is here, Srimats who unfortunately couldn't be here, but a lot of us who have learned from all these people. It was great to see them. It was great to hear how much this club means to all of you, which is the reason why this club survived for 50 years. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for making us